This is November 2015, Standard Level Paper 2, Calculator Paper, Question 2. And it's a question on expectation. We're given a probability distribution. Can take the values 0, 1, 2, and 3. And we're given the associated probabilities. And the first step is to find the value of k, which goes like this. These numbers must add up to 1, 0.15, because they're probabilities. So that gives you 0.25 plus 3k equals 1. A bit of rearranging, take 0.25 off both sides. 3k is equal to 0.75 and divide both sides by 3 to give you the value of k. K is equal to 0.25 or a quarter. At this step, it's probably a good idea to make a note of those numbers in this table. So that's part A done. And the marks are allocated like this: a method mark for correctly using the fact that the probabilities add up to 1, an accuracy mark for one of these equations written out clearly, and an accuracy mark for solving the equation and getting a quarter. Part B is about expectation. E of x means the expected value of x, which is an average. It means, on average, how many points will you get if you perform this, whatever this test is, whatever this event is, many times. Well, on average, 15% of the time, 0.15% of the time, I'll get 0. A quarter of the time, I'll get 1. 10% of the time, I'll get 2. And half the time, I will get 3. So I can write that out. I can write 0 times 15%, or 0.15, plus 1 times a quarter. A quarter of the time, I get 1. Plus 2 times 10%, 0.1, 10% of the time we get 2, plus 3 times 0.5. And if you stick that in your calculator, this is a calculator paper, you get the answer 1.95, a little bit less than 2. Which makes sense if you look at the numbers. There's quite a decent chance you'll get a 3, not a very high chance you'll get a 2. And between 0 and 1, a decent chance of getting 0 or 1. So it makes sort of sense that the answer is a little bit less than 2. And the marks are allocated like this. Unsurprising, 1 for doing the substitution, doing the multiplication, 0 times 0.15. If you've left the k's in, if you've left that as k and that as 2k, you'll still pick up the marks. And 1 for getting an accuracy mark for getting the answer 1.95. If you've made a mistake in k in part A, that'll follow through to part B, providing your k is not bigger than 1. If your k was bigger than 1 and you're using it as a probability, or 2k was bigger than 1 and you're using it as a probability, that should be the point where you think, oh, how can I have a probability bigger than 1? My answer won't really make sense.